What if our Gen Z population had the tools to cultivate courage so that they can lead, love, and live life bravely? Welcome back, Jaleesa Dallas here. I hope you all have been well. If you've been following along with me for a little while, you know that I talk about cultivating courage, where we break barriers to success, bolster belief for greater confidence, and build brave behavior to optimize our lives both internally and externally in community. And so I'm back again with another video. Over the past couple of weeks, you learned about what it looks like to cultivate courage. Today, I want to let you in on a little secret of some of the work that I'm doing with our Gen Z population. And so I want to share a video with you of a presentation I facilitated back in May and a follow-up presentation that I conducted last month at a conference. And so this is a snippet of what I shared at both of those sessions. I hope that this is helpful to you. I am actualizing this work with a local nonprofit that's serving our urban youth. I am looking forward to giving you an update on how that progress is going. This week marks 3 weeks of us implementing our Brave Minds model. And so I hope that this is something that you may be interested in, or you know other folks who want to empower their Gen Z community. Without further ado, here's the video. Whenever we share our work and our intentions, they are to break barriers to success, to bolster belief for greater confidence and discernment, and to build brave behaviors to optimize the lives of those whom which we work with. And so as such, I wanted to take some time to reiterate what you can expect to learn today. And as I shared, my why is cultivating courage. And if you have yet to do so in the chat, please share your why with me. And with that, this means to lead others through their own soul work, which I'll give a glimpse of what that means later on in the presentation. It's to help individuals to develop emotional intelligence and support them as they build their capacity, again, to live, love, and lead courageously. So today, this looks like understanding the power of courage, faith, and emotional intelligence to empower Black Gen Z women to advocate for themselves while embracing their identity. I want to go ahead and say I'm a millennial. So though I don't specifically identify with the Gen Z population, and doing some work and research with them, I found a connection that I wanted to make sure that I shared essentially with the world, at least as much as I could. Well, I wanted to talk about the power of courage because that's essentially at the foundation of the work that we do at Go Brave, as well as the conversation we're having today. So courage is the bold commitment to confront fear, injustice, and discomfort with intention and integrity. Furthermore, for Black Gen Z women, it's more than a virtue. It's a powerful act of resistance and reclamation. In a world that questions their worth and silences their voice, courage means breaking generational and societal barriers while building resilience rooted in self-worth and community. It's the strength to speak truth to power, lead while learning, and rest as resistance. Courage affirms their right to take up space fully and fearlessly, whether in classrooms, boardrooms, or healing circles. It's saying no to what hinders growth and yes to healing, advocacy, and joy. By embracing this lifestyle of courage, Black Gen Z women don't just survive. They redefine success, reclaim narratives, and transform systems into brave spaces of belonging and authenticity. So let's examine the mental health landscape for Black Gen Z women. Gen Z reports the highest level of stress, and within this group, Black women face unique challenges. 1 in 3 reports anxiety or depression, though this is likely underreported due to cultural stigma. In many Black families and faith spaces, mental illness is seen as a moral or spiritual failing rather than a medical condition, leading many young women to suffer in silence. They face a double burden, experiencing distress while being pressured to hide it. Social media, academic and financial pressures, and racial and gender-based discrimination lead to emotional exhaustion and isolation. Many turn to self-reliance or faith alone, often avoiding professional and support due to mistrust and stigma. At the core is the strong Black woman narrative, praising resilience but punishing vulnerability. This ideal, shaped by survival, burdens Gen Z women with unrealistic expectations of performance and emotional suppression. Intergenerational trauma reinforces this silence. So, as mentors and leaders, we must disrupt these patterns. True strength includes asking for help, honoring emotions, and healing out loud. Cultivating courage is essential to normalize mental wellness and rewrite what it means to be strong. And so I'm excited to introduce what I like to call soulful alignment. And this is what I hope would get us to the place of making it a normalized conversation of mental wellness and rewriting what it means to be strong. Faith is more than religion. It's our system of belief and our guiding truths. It anchors identity, inspires hope, and shapes our sense of purpose. Emotional intelligence is the internal compass that helps us recognize, regulate, and respond to emotions, our own and others. When Black Gen Z women develop emotional intelligence, their self-awareness strengthens their ability to connect and collaborate with authenticity. And when they root their awareness in faith, they tap into a source of confidence that transcends circumstance. Together, faith and emotional intelligence create what we call soulful alignment, where our inner convictions and emotional clarity move us toward courageous action and deeper belonging. Courage comes alive when faith and emotional intelligence intersect. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving from a place of truth. While earlier we explored how faith spaces have sometimes silenced or even stigmatized women's pain, this kind of soulful alignment is restorative. It allows Black Gen Z women to own who they are without apology, operate in their divine authority, and optimize their lives with intention. Faith provides the why, emotional intelligence provides the how, and courage becomes the what, that transformative force that enables healing, agency, and legacy. In 2023, I wrote a book entitled Soul Work: Disrupt Self-Sabotage, Renew Your Mind, and Transform Your Life. This text is the foundation for everything I've shared today. In it, I outline the stages of soul work, as I mentioned earlier in the presentation. And that is a process of obtaining self-mastery and discipline. And this is done through support, strategies, systems, sustainability tools, and a standard of living, which is outlined on the screen. Now, for the sake of this session, I want to emphasize the importance of support, particularly through safe and inclusive spaces. When we cultivate environments where Black Gen Z women feel seen, heard, and valued, we lay the foundation for them to develop the critical skill of self-advocacy. Empowering these young women to speak up means teaching them to trust themselves. When they know who they are and whose they are, they walk in boldness. Safe spaces begin with trusted adults and intentional communities. Educators, leaders, and mentors play a key role in dismantling stigma and modeling vulnerability. I want to close with the following. This journey isn't just theoretical. It's deeply personal. It started with a moment in time for me that has now transformed into a movement. My own lived experience over a decade of education, research, and expertise has led me to an opportunity to partner with a local nonprofit serving urban youth. Through this collaboration, I'm honored to work directly with Black Gen Z women to co-design a curriculum that embeds the very framework I've shared with you today. The development of this curriculum will be conducted this summer, and so far we have surveyed participants to cater the process of their concerns and lived experience in connection to what we are developing. This ensures our approach is responsive and truly reflective of their voices. We're piloting Brave Minds in schools and nonprofits to reach teens essentially where they are, helping them live, love, and lead bravely. The curriculum centers on cultivating courage, as I mentioned earlier, integrating faith, and fostering emotional wellness in ways that are practical, affirming, and empowering. So on this slide, I've also highlighted how you can access Chapter 1 of Soul Work to preview the foundation of our approach. We are modifying this to implement into the youth and young adult that fall within that Gen Z population. This partnership is proof that when we invest in Black girls specifically with intentionality and care, the result is transformational for them, for their communities, and for their future. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope that gave you some insight into some of the work that we do here at Go Brave. Not only do we support our human services professionals and other community advocates, but we also want to lean into the next generation and support them as they develop tools in cultivating courage and how they live, love, and lead. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with someone you know. And until next time, let your soul work be your best work to a better you. Bye.